So it's that time of the week again. We are here on Super 6. Thank you to the wonderful people at Super 6 for sponsoring us over here at the club. We've been loving getting stuck in. And Rory and myself this week tied on 7 points. Boovy,
I'm doing well in this.
had a bit of a howler, 2 points this week. That means you got one result right.
Do you know, I'm definitely the league leader out of...
No.
I definitely am. I definitely am. I'm always first.
You're not.
I am. Well, I've joined first this week, but I'm always first.
It's funny how that week when I had like 12, 14 points, no one mentioned it.
I mean, you mentioned it. We hear about it all the time.
Yeah.
I do hear about it a lot, yeah.
Yeah. So we were the winners out of us three this week, but the ultimate winner of the club league was Sam Eaton. He won our mini league at the weekend, and that means Super 6 will be getting in touch with you to arrange your £100 classic football shirts voucher. He had an incredible 22 points. How about that? 22 points. Unreal stuff.
Unbelievable.
And remember, if you join our league, which is Club S6, the code, you can win that £100 classic football shirts voucher if you beat myself, Boovy and Rory, plus the rest of the club OGs in the league. And not only that, not only do you have a chance at winning that classic football shirts voucher, you'll also have a chance of winning £250,000 as well if you get 6 correct scoreline. So Boovy, what are we discussing today? Because every week Super 6 set us a little debate. What's the debate they've set us?
Top 6 players that have never won the Premier League, and actually reading this list, very surprising.
Players,
yeah, Robbie Fowler's in there, Gareth Bale, Matt Letizia, Zola, Suarez, Son from Spurs, Stuart Pearce.
How the hell has Stuart Pearce crept into this conversation?
Mental. Back end of his career, of course. Steven Gerrard, Harry Kane and Fernando Torres.
Can I just ask a question? Are we doing this based on... So like with Gareth Bale, for example, is it based on the player he was at Spurs during that time?
Prime
in the Premier League?
Yeah, prime.
Or is it based on his whole career?
Well, in terms of the fact that Gareth Bale didn't win a Premier League despite what he did.
No, because Gareth Bale and Luis Suarez are like two of the best footballers to have ever lived. So they're obviously on this list, but you could argue that their best football wasn't played in this country.
Robbie Fowler would be a massive shout because he's been always in this country.
Yeah, Robbie Fowler would be a shout if...
I'd argue Luis Suarez, the player that he was at that time, is top of this list.
Luis Suarez is...
You know the player he was in that season at Liverpool?
Yeah. I've never seen a season like it. I mean, Haaland has obviously changed it a touch, but the best single season from a footballer that I've ever seen was Luis Suarez that season when he had the ban early on. Remember, he bit Ivanovic at the end of one season. Yeah. He then had an 7-game ban, so he only had a 30-game season, and he ended up winning the Golden Boot and just scoring every game. Like, remember, every time he played Norwich, he scored about 100.
Yeah.
He was definitely the best player.
Yeah.
To have never won it, I think. Not necessarily the most skillful, but certainly the most complete all-round footballer.
I think the big one's Gerrard, isn't it? Surely, just because of the longevity. 15, 20 years in the Premier League?
Gerrard's not ahead of Kane in this list for me, or Suarez.
Oh, no.
Steven Gerrard... Harry Kane is arguably the best striker to never have won it.
Harry Kane is the best striker to have
the goal scorer.
Pure goal scorer, yeah. Suarez maybe the highest level.
Best player.
Yeah, you're right about that. But Gerrard could then say, best midfielder to never have won it.
Gerrard's on the list, mate. Yeah,
he's on the list, but for me, he's not 1 or 2.
Maybe three.
I think Matt Letizia, at the time when he was playing, was definitely good enough to have won a league title. Like the goals that he was scoring for the club that he was scoring. Look, scoring 30 goals.
You'd be more knowledgeable on this than me. I saw Matt Letizia play, so I know he's got a great catalogue of goals. And the style of player he was. And there's obviously a lot of talk about him not playing for England and all those kind of things. But did he stand out more just because he was at... Like, if he made that move to a bigger team, would he have...
Yeah.
Like, let's say he moves to Liverpool. Does he turn them into league winners?
I mean, Chelsea we were breaking our neck to sign him. We were putting in like £7 million bids for him, which was huge at the time. Like, we were desperate to sign him. Like, Matt Letizia, I think he's the only player to have ever had 3 contributions. Then they do goal of the month and they do 10. In the same 10 he had 3. Like just the quality of goals that he was able to score, and then it was the volume. Like, he's 30 goals a season, man. He's a 30 goal a season man. The vast majority of them bangers, all of them for a team fighting relegation.
And he showed that loyalty, he never left.
Loyalty. I mean, I think it's very harsh on us. I mean, we do this as football fans because we call players like that idiots, don't we? We do it a bit about Kane. Should have never signed the deal. We shouldn't be too sneery to loyalty.
No, definitely not.
Definitely
not.
Matt Le Tissier was definitely good. Far worse players than Matt Le Tissier have a Premier League medal. Far worse players than Steven Gerrard have a Premier League medal. So we shouldn't be too sneery to demonstrating loyalty. But in terms of the best, Steven Gerrard is definitely one of the best players to have played his whole career in the Premier League.
Except LA Galaxy at the end, of course, but it doesn't count.
No, he's played his whole career and not won a Premier League title.
There are a few Liverpool players. Obviously, Torres in there as well. Torres came over. I know his time in, I guess with Chelsea as well.
Torres won a European Cup with Chelsea.
Yeah.
Like his time in England, I think, like he got his medals at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Like remember at Chelsea, he was holding simultaneously the Europa League and the Champions League.
Yeah.
He was simultaneously like the holder of those two trophies.
I've got one. Xabi Alonso.
He's all
Good
right.
player.
I mean, he's all right.
But
It's not.
again, he's probably one of them that best football was away from.
And also, there's
Real
lots of
Rafa
lots of
wanted to
Alonso.
sell him for Gareth Barry. Remember that?
Yeah.
I think that was a great decision. Barry was a great servant.
I mean,
for Man City.
Gianfranco Zola is definitely the most
Oh
skillful
God, how did we
player.
not mention him yet?
Yeah, Gianfranco Zola is definitely the most skillful player that I've ever seen play. He's definitely Chelsea. You know, when you say like the best football, like you often do this, Ed. Like, you know, if I say, you know, when I kind of flag someone as being like the best player, and you'll go, no, like you'll always say Neymar. So I'll go somebody who's like more ruthless. I'll go Drogba's a better player than Neymar, and you can't process what I'm saying. For example, I will always back I'll always back a Drogba over a Neymar because of the end product. But conforming to your approach of what a good footballer is,
Zola.
Gianfranco Zola is the definition of what you see as a good footballer.
Remember that thing I sent you about Fergie?
Yeah, Fergie was really, really generous in his praise, wasn't he? Fergie loved him. He actually spoke like a fan, didn't he? He's like, and he did something to Gary Pallister. It was ridiculous. It was embarrassing. And you know, Gary Pallister was a really good defender, but I don't know what he did to
Is
him.
there I can't remember. Was it Jamie Carragher? There's a video of him
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely
just twining him up.
Yeah.
This is his last game for Chelsea.
He did that to a lot.
last season.
He'd sit him down, get him back up again, and sit him back down.
I mean, in terms of skill, Chelsea fans listening to this, particularly of a slightly younger age group, will be furious that I'm saying this because they will disagree and they'll be saying Eden Hazard, but they're wrong. Like Gianfranco Zola was a better player than Hazard. He was a more skillful player than Hazard. Like he did it at a time where it was more difficult. Like, can you imagine being Gianfranco Zola, where basically Neil Ruddock is trying to break your legs and you're still fronting it? Like Julian Dix literally trying to break his legs. Like the song that we sing about Zola is actually like winding up West Ham fans about Julian Dix. He's a class act.
Are there any more modern day like Mesut Ozil didn't win one? He was an unreal player.
Crap player, that's why.
No.
Crap
Yeah.
player.
Ooh.
Overrated.
Let's not get into that debate here.
Yeah.
Mesut Ozil never won one. Did Juan Mata win one at Chelsea?
No.
Juan Mata never won
a
one.
Premier League.
Incredible player who won a lot.
He won a Champions League at Chelsea. He didn't win a Premier League.
He won the Europa League, FA Cup, League Cup.
I'm trying to think of, like, you know, Arsenal obviously haven't won a Premier League title for 2 decades.
That's why I brought
There must
Ozil.
be some
Alexis Sanchez. That
There
season
must
was
be
unreal.
some. No, like, is there like an icon of Arsenal? Somebody that was there for 8 years, really doing the business. They're like, who was their centre forward? Like, it didn't.
I'm thinking of Nasri, Kolo Toure. They all left to, Van
Aubameyang,
Persie. They all left to
They
actually
didn't
win stuff,
They
didn't
didn't really have.
Sanchez.
They're the
Alexis
ones that
Sanchez?
moved and didn't win a Premier League. Ozil and
Sanchez. Alexis
That's what I-
Sanchez.
No, but he's not good enough to make this list. Like,
Yeah,
we're talking about
I'm
Steve.
agreeing with you.
We're talking about
yeah. So you heard me say it then.
We're
No, I
talking
agree
about
with you.
Steve
Sanchez.
Gerrard. We're talking about Steve Gerrard and
No, but
players
Sanchez
like
was
that.
unreal.
It was for a season, or even for 18
period of
months. Yeah. He was phenomenal for a bit, but I don't think he makes this. Like we're talking about Steven Gerrard, who was elite for 15 years. We're talking about Gianfranco Zola.
What
who
about
was,
back in the days, your Peter Beardsleys and them man? Anyone we're missing out from there?
yeah, Beardsley would have won a title though, wouldn't he, at Everton?
Did he?
I think he would have won a title at Everton. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that era of player, there was some. I think it's the icons that were scoring bundles of goals and not winning titles. So, for example, Les Ferdinand was scoring bundles. I'm not suggesting that he's on this list because he wasn't as good as people like to make out, but he was scoring bundles of goals. Obviously, Robbie Fowler was a sensation. A lot of that Liverpool team wouldn't have won a Premier League title like that.
Fowler,
the Spice Ball team.
Fowler.
That Spice Ball team.
Well, Michael
Steve
Owen
McManaman.
was almost in his
Steve
list.
McManaman,
Joined
yeah.
United at the end.
Who's that?
Michael Owen, yeah, he got one at United, didn't he?
Joined United.
Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Top
good-
six
good
then. Let's
conversation.
go. So we've definitely got Robbie Fowler in the top six. No?
Let me just
Sorry.
think.
So
No,
we've got
like players
Steven
that have to be
Gerrard,
in it.
Harry Kane,
Yeah.
Luis Suarez have
Bale.
to be in
Yeah,
it.
they have to be in it.
Franco Zola,
I would certainly say he has to. be.
Yeah.
Gareth Bale.
Like, you know, when you think about Zola, like, he played with Maradona. Do you know what I mean? Like, he played with Maradona. Like,
Chelsea had a lot of them type, like Vialli at the end.
yeah. I mean, that team was sensational. Like, do you know why we didn't win the league? One of the most painful things ever.
Did Shevchenko
Steve
win it?
Guppy. Nah, Shevchenko would have. Shevchenko.
I know Crespo did.
Crespo definitely did. Shevchenko wouldn't.
Was he in the
have
squad
won
for Ancelotti? No.
Shevchenko is possibly a
Mourinho.
name.
But he wasn't very good.
definitely
for us.
a name.
He was, yeah. In terms of names, then yeah. I mean, Desai wouldn't have won it. In terms of like being a name,
There's a shout.
Desai wouldn't have won
That's
it.
how he's
Being a
big
name,
shout, you know.
it's just he wasn't great either.
Laura Block won one. Yeah. Anyway,
We've got three, haven't we? We've got three that have to be in it. I think Robbie Fowler has to be in it as well.
yeah.
So that's four. There's
Bale.
five. But see, with Bale was at Tottenham, he was never gonna win. Like he
Then
wasn't.
Kane gets into it.
No, but Kane is. That's because Kane is going to end up like Premier League top.
Remember,
ever
like
goals.
Bale was linked with United and stuff, innit? If he does
that, he gets
at that period of time, he would have won one.
Yeah, I think he's obviously good enough to have got. Well, all these players are good enough to have won one, but I don't know.
I think Torres goes in as well.
Is there anyone
Torres
from
as
your
well.
era that since Man City got good, really good? Did anyone leave
miss out?
before? Yeah, did anyone just miss out? No.
No.
Nobody
De Jong,
iconic.
Company all stayed, you know.
Yeah.
The Joes and the Robinhos had left at that point. Sean Wright Phillips, maybe. But I know
He won it.
Oh, he won it.
He won it. He won it,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
He won it twice, I think.
Anyway, let us know who you think the greatest player is to never have won the Premier League. Remember, they obviously have to have played in the Premier League. Incredibly,
Romario.
there's now a Super 6,000
We've hit 6.
plus. Yeah. In our
Oh,
league.
wow.
Can you believe that? Join our league, Club S6. You can beat these two clowns over here. And if you beat me as well and the rest of the OGs, then you will get that £100 Classic Football Shirts voucher, as well as have a huge chance of winning 250,000 for getting 6 correct scorelines. Lads, this weekend Super 6 is open. The deadline to enter has opened, and it's until 3 p.m. on Saturday. Can you read the fixtures out for us, please,
I've
Booth?
got mine. Have you got them there, Booth?
Yeah, let's get them up. Bournemouth versus Man United. Liverpool versus Aston Villa. Fulham versus Palace. Forest versus Arsenal. West Ham versus Leeds. And Man City versus Chelsea.
Chelsea get a point. I'll give you a tip. Chelsea get a
Do you
point.
make a point?
Yeah, because you don't care and you're playing Real Madrid. And
Oh, I don't know.
So we
I've
get a
got
point.
City 3-0
good.
in that one.
Yeah.
What you got for United?
That's why you got no points in this game ever.
That's why we were leveled last. We literally did the points up there at the start of this video.
I've gone upside down, lads. So I keep getting 2 points every week. It's embarrassing. So I'm going 1-0
really bad,
1-0
mate.
Bournemouth against
Really
Man.
bad. Is that what you get 2 points?
We're meant to be mates. Why are you bringing that up again?
Let's
move
I
on
didn't
to-
bring it up. You
Let's,
brought it
let's
up.
move on to pastures new, as they say. I'm going Bournemouth 1, Man United 0.
Here's a game that's going to split a lot of people, I think. Liverpool Villa.
1-0 Liverpool.
Okay.
Yep, same.
What have you gone?
Yeah, I've gone the same.
Have you done yours? Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it.
Have
You
you
know what
gone-
I love in the podcast throughout, when we did the relegation stuff, I said Leeds are definitely gone.
Yeah.
They don't get any points. I predicted them to beat West Ham.
It's hard. You got to go with your gut when you're pressing those scores, pressing the plus and the minus sign. Got to go with your gut. Fulham Palace 2-2 for me. The big one actually, Forest Arsenal in terms of
Listen,
could it be another loss.
we're not
for
going to give
Arsenal.
them any more tips. We're not going to give them any more of our predictions. They've already got enough out of us. But remember, it's a free shot at £250,000. Download the Super 6 app. Get involved with our league. Club S6 is the code. And thank you very much. The link is in the description to sign up now. Thank you to everyone at Super 6. We love you all and thank you for getting involved as well.